Guys. Hi, I'm BB. You're watching my RSL channel, and I just 3-keyed Nightmare Demon Lord. We finally got our first ultimate chest, and I'm going to be unpacking with you guys. I'm gonna dive down Demon Lord once again, and I'll show you and explain to you how I did it. Let's unpack. What are we getting? Ooh, we get an ancient shard, you guys. A cruel defense % chest plate. And I think I'm gonna sell that one just because the stats don't make sense on it. And ooh, here we have an attack % chest plate, and we're keeping that one because it synergizes with the set. Thank you so much for these wonderful rewards. I'm so happy with this milestone. Very proud of myself. And before I shout out the team that did it and I tell you the configurations, I just want to remind you that there is very little time on the Corrado offer. So if you want to snatch yourself free Corrado Fox Hunter and free Fayne Romero and Vargas once you level up in progress on that brand new account that you set up with my link, you're gonna help my channel a lot, and you're gonna help yourself with this wonderful legendary champion. And since there is not much time left, I thought that you might feel partial to hearing that this offer is soon about to expire. I thought that you would want to hear it from me. So you guys, snatch your Corrado today, and stay tuned for an upcoming update.
Interesting.
Let's dive down, Clan Boss, and let's talk how the hell did we do it? Here is my team configuration, you guys. I've named it UKBB for Unkillable BB. Here's how I set it up. Helicath opens with A2, and then he plops an A3 whenever his next round goes. Everyone else kind of opens per standard. So we have Doom Priest here as our debuff cleanser, stun remover mostly. We have Heli with the block damage and the shield, and then we have our 3 DPSs. Heli is 246 speed fast, Doom Priest is 188, 186, something along those lines. And then my DPSs vary between 170 something to, I think He-Man might be 200. I'm a little bit faster maybe than Doom Priest. And I don't know if that's a problem. That might be a problem. Considering that I cannot 2-key it or 1-key it, I am still doing quite a few things wrong. But for the first time, you guys, we got to the ultimate chest. Even though it took 3 keys, I am more than pleased to know that all my grind work, all my hard labor is paying off. Now, how many months have I realistically been working towards this? Not many. I've been working towards an unkillable team seriously for the past maybe 2 weeks. On the hunt for certain champions is what I mean to say. Because I had Heli starting out. I had Heli in my first month. And I also got Volcanoes in my first month. And He-Man. But just by themselves, I mean, helicath had to be booked out. He could be an unkillable team solo champion by himself. A slow one, for that matter. He's gonna need a lot of help. But he can be. He can be. And I think that I might have unlocked Fayne around the same time I got Heli. Because Fayne was my level 40 reward. Because I also signed up with the promo link, you guys. So I might have unlocked them around the same time. The only missing piece of the puzzle was Doom Priest, who I got very recently. I don't remember which pool I pulled her in with. But so far so good, right? This is the team configuration, the carry team. I do have a few plans for switcheroos. First thing first, I think Geomancer might do a better job than Volky, but I'm not sure. Volcanoes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm making up nicknames for them now. I don't know about Geomancer taking the place of Volcanoes, but I am considering it because, hear me out. Volcanoes is a burner. Why he's on my team is, well, first of all, he's a great nuker. Second of all, he casts an unconditional burn whenever Demon Lord buffs itself. Geo brings a turn meter decrease or steal. He's also a little bit more reliable at burning, but Volcanoes is A3, ignores a lot of defense when hit during a burn that Volcanoes has placed himself. See, now that we have the burn, I wonder if he's gonna do the A3 and whether I can show you guys how much extra damage that is. No, he didn't, but it's okay. So far, so good. And so, when we finally had the gear that we needed, and that took a bunch of raiding, a bunch of dragon, a bunch of fire knight, mostly a bunch of dragon, if I have to be honest with you. Mostly just a bunch of dragon stage 20. We finally got here. I did some mistakes along the way that I also want to share with you guys because nobody's perfect. And you might benefit from hearing these prior to trying to build yourself one of these teams. Because you're gonna get to a point, for example, where you're gonna have debuff cleanser who you need to put at speed 188. And you get to 170. And you need only 18 more. Oh, she died. This is very much not good. Say you have the last remaining 18 speed rolls that you have to do somehow. And you start glyphing, but you've equipped someone with a level 12 boot, level 12 shield, level 8 helmet, and then you you make a roll, you roll it to 16, and you get several extra speed rolls that you didn't need, and now your Doom Priest is chasing 220 speed. That's kind of what happened with me and Doom Priest, where I started rolling some artifacts on her, and by the time I was done, she was just as fast as He-Man. Maybe I could have left her a little bit faster, but I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea to go against the calculator. And here is my point number 2, 3 in mistake making. I was shying away from this calculator for such a long time. Then it took several angry comments. Be like, BB, you need to open this calendar, girl. I know there's a lot of numbers there and it's very intimidating, but you gotta. I know I have to. So I did it. I did it, and it didn't disappoint. I started kind of understanding the calculator. The only thing I don't understand is which round is round 1, 2, and 3 when the calculator starts from turn 0. Is turn 0 turn 1? Oh, they all died. That's still 3 keys. Now we need to work on 2 keying it. And to 2 key it, I need to take under consideration the affinity next time.
Now you're learning.
My next goal is trying to 2 key Nightmare Clan Boss. And I know that might happen the moment I bring up the defense of Heli a little bit more, because so far I think we're lacking. We're a little bit behind. Okay, this is good. We're gonna pick that up in a little bit. Just a second. Let me show you Heli. These are his total stats for Demon Lord. 246 speed, some crime rate, crit damage, almost 4,000 defense, which is what you want. Nearly base flat 4,000 defense. Bring up that defense a little bit. And I've been trying to do it through area bonuses, guys. I've been trying to do it through here, just because it was very easy for me to do. I'm thinking it's percent, right? And also, I can't focus on defense here in the affinity bonuses. I gotta bring up the accuracy here, so that I can finally finish my Arbiter mission. I'm so close, yet so far. I need 400 more. Okay, just one champion we can beat here. Let me just do that, and I'll get back to Demon Lord. Get back to Demon Lord. Back to Clan Boss. I'm gonna put in another key. Why can't I sign in the calculator? It's asking me to enter my password and enter my username in 2 different... What? You guys have to see this. It's asking me to enter my password at the place of the nickname and enter my username in the name of the password. So how did I pick out a team? I knew from the start that helicath will be my backbone in my unkillable Clan Boss team the moment I got him. People weren't shy to go down in my comment section and tell me, oh, you can now build an unkillable team. And I was like, unkillable team? You mean to tell me that I can't die? Yes. And then I found out about all the different endless variations of unkillable Clan Boss teams. I was like, oh, but that's generally the point, isn't it? To create a unkillable Clan Boss team at some point throughout your gameplay. Or if you can't make an unkillable one, make such a high resistance, high sustain Clan Boss team that for the short period of time that you do stay alive, you deal so much damage that it doesn't matter how many turns you took. Those are the 2 extreme strategies you can go for Clan Boss. But ultimately, what you do need on your team, someone who can beat damage off max HP, that scales off max HP, so like champions like Coldheart, for example, and why Coldheart is such a desired champion overall, and why she's so good to take anywhere. That's one thing. You also want to bring around, if you don't have champions like that, you will benefit from champions that have poison, burn, some way to deal mass damage to the enemy through debuffs. And now, where you can choose to deviate, you can build yourself an unkillable with champions like Maneater, champions like Heli, champions that block damage, cast unkillables, like so. Reflect damage is, if you don't have buffs that can block damage from you, reflect damage is great as a buff. Continuous heals are your friend. You're gonna need revivers. You're gonna need turn meter stealers. so that you don't let the demon lord take a turn. I decided to go down the route of sheer brute force because it's just the most fun. No, because I'm so new to the genre and to these kinds of games that I have limitation when it comes to strategy, planning, and thinking in game terms. I feel like I play this game very much the way that I want to, that I like to, and while there may be a much more strategic workaround way to get this job done much faster, much quicker, and much more efficiently, maybe this is what I found through my own research, you guys, through trial and error, and not necessarily through copying what other content creators did. And that's what I really wanted to do, not just with Demon Lord, but also with this channel. I've tried to shield myself from the influence of as many content creators as I can, and as weird as it sounds, I've also tried to shield myself off from the influence of people in the comment section and you guys as well. I believe in my journey, and I believe in my mistakes and making them the way that I was intended on making these mistakes. I don't know if I'm making sense. I crave to be original, and I crave to do my thing, and I think that this is exactly what I need to do, or think in that aspect at least. Try and think within these terms to help me get my own unkillable clan boss team. See, Doom Priest is not surviving this. Let's exit. Let's exit for a second the headspace that we created for ourselves, and let's go back to reality. Doom Priest is not surviving. Why? There are some work in progress. He-Man died. Exactly what I was gonna say. We need masteries on some of these champions. Doom Priest doesn't have her masteries. I think Volcanoes doesn't have his masteries still. Fayne doesn't have her masteries. She could be dealing so much more damage than she is now. Heli's fully booked out and fully mastered. And I'm almost sure He-Man is... No, He-Man is fully mastered, but he's not fully booked out. So only one of these champions is fully developed, and that is Heli. He's not even fully developed because I don't have all of his books fallen into his A1 yet. So that means that there is even more room for improvement. I have a question about helicath. Whoever has a little more experience building defense champs, do you think it's worth me switching around his gauntlet from a crit rate one to a defense one? I don't know if he's benefiting from the crit rate. I would think that he is, because he's a semi-nuker. The fact that the stun falled on him was not good. Is Heli gonna benefit from defense more than crit damage if I'm gonna be using him everywhere, not just in Demon Lord? You know what I mean? I can't just build him out for Demon Lord. I also want to build him out to be able to still take him to my arenas and maybe even campaign. Oh my god, Fayne was the last one standing. This is exactly what should happen to your teams. All of your nukers should be alive as long as your block damage champion is alive. What was this score? I will attribute it to the affinity, and if I put in one more key, I'm good. If I put in one more key, I'm good. And that's gonna come in 5 hours and 47 minutes. I'm gonna dive down back in Fire Night to finish up this tournament, you guys. And very, very exciting things are coming up on my channel, so stay tuned and I'll catch you guys again in the next one. Bye!